Hi, my name is Maren Hampton. I am a student in the Interior Design program at Southeast Missouri State University. This is my cultural research assignment for Assignment 3.1 in Course DS 314, Multicultural Design. Mexico is a country between the United States and Central America. It is known for its Pacific and Gulf of Mexico beaches and its diverse landscape of mountains, deserts, and jungles, as well as ancient ruins. The capital city is Mexico City. Some of the most widely spoken languages in Mexico, aside from Spanish, are Nahuatl, which has almost 1.4 million speakers, Yoruba Maya, spoken by over 750,000 people, and Mixtec, whose speakers amount to about 500,000. Mexico's government is a federal, presidential, representative, democratic republic, where the president is both head of state and government. Mexico's government has 3 branches: the executive, legislative, and judiciary. There is a provision for separation of powers, although each branch keeps the other in check. Roman Catholicism is the main religion in Mexico. In fact, 88% of the population 5 years of age and older identified themselves as Roman Catholic in the 2000 census. Protestants and evangelists were the second largest religious group, accounting for approximately 5% of the population. Mexican families are traditionally very close-knit. It is not uncommon that the grandparents will live with a family in a home together. Extended family is often close by for family gatherings and holidays. Mexican cuisine began about 9,000 years ago, when the agricultural communities such as the Maya formed, domesticating maize. After the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire in the 16th century, Europeans introduced a number of other foods, the most important of which were meats from domesticated animals such as pork, beef, chicken, goat, and sheep. Dairy products and rice were also introduced. Some say that fried ice cream was introduced at the United States World Fair, in Japan, or Mexico. All 3 versions are slightly different. Fried ice cream is especially linked to Mexican cuisine since it was already being served in a very popular Mexican restaurant back in the 1980s. The secret of this delicacy is freezing the ice cream and covering it in raw egg, cornflakes, and tortilla crumbs. It is then fried for a few seconds and served immediately, with fruits and chocolate fudge. In all areas of Mexican culture, color is always prevalent. Popular colors include red, orange, yellow, and blue. These colors can be seen in artwork done by Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo specialized in portraits, self-portraits, and works inspired by nature and artifacts of Mexico. Two Fridas was a portrait that showed 2 sides of Frida's personality. One is traditional Frida, and one is modern Frida. This painting was completed shortly after her divorce with her husband and expressed her desperation and loneliness with the separation from her husband. Frida Kahlo's works are extremely well known around the world today. Although Mexican clothing nowadays does not differ much from what we have here in America, their traditional dress is quite different. It is made from cotton or wool and includes lots of ornate embroidery, often including images and patterns that have symbolic meaning. Men's clothing is not nearly as colorful as women's, but it often includes a sombrero hat. Music and dance have long been an essential part of Mexican culture, from mariachi bands to regional folk dances. Easily the most internationally well-known and arguably the most patriotic of all of Mexican traditional dances is the jarabe tapatio, referred to as the Mexican hat dance in English. Mexican architecture developed in the richest region in Spain's colonial empire. It was heavily influenced by Mediterranean and Moorish styles. Stucco walls, bright paint, rounded arches, and tiled or paved floors are just some of the design elements found in homes. Mexican interiors are consistent with exterior design. Bright colors and arches are abundant, as well as ornate tiles and decorations. Spanish-style homes are popular today in Southern California and Arizona, as well as Florida and Texas. Spanish-style homes combine simple red roofs and stucco walls with complicated wrought iron detail and colorful tile work. Although this architectural style originated in the ornate buildings of the 17th and 18th century Spain, the style is very prevalent in Mexico today. Like most modern design, Mexican modern design is very sustainable. To build the walls of this house in Mexico City, the architecture firm took soil evacuated from the site and turned it into blocks. As my video comes to a close, I would like to thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope that you learned a little more about Mexico.